He kōna ipurangi tēnei nā te reo irirangi o Aotearoa.
This podcast was made with funding from the Public Interest Journalism Fund.
Kia ora rā e hoa mā, welcome to In Case You Missed It. Ko tāni tōku ingoa, time to tauna te ahi with a look at what's been happening here in Aotearoa and overseas. Fancy yourself as a Harry Potter or Hermione Granger? Well, from next year, a UK university will offer a postgraduate course on magic and the occult. The University of Exeter says the course is one of the first of its kind in the country. It combines the history of magic along with topics like dragons in the Western literature, art, and the legend of King Arthur. The program director says the course was started because of a recent surge by those interested in magic. Back home, Auckland beaches are still out of bounds after being contaminated by wastewater. Waste has been overflowing into the Waitemata harbour for more than a week now after a sewage pipe blocked and a sinkhole emerged in the central city. As a result, Safe Swim has issued black pins for 24 Auckland beaches. A black pin means water is contaminated with waste. In other words, kaks. But despite this, several people, including children, have been spotted swimming over the weekend.
Auckland health authorities warn Aucklanders the sewage contains pathogens which can cause nausea, diarrhoea and vomiting.
Oosh. Now, if you live in Tamaki Makaurau and like to hit the beach, be sure to check safeswim.org.nz before you take a dip. Now, a Chicago woman is proving age is just a number. At 104 years old, Dorothy Hoffner is hoping she set a new skydiving record with her tandem jump. The previous Guinness World Record for the oldest skydiver was set in 2022 by a 103-year-old from Sweden. On Dorothy Hoffner's first skydive, when she was 100, she had to be pushed out of the aircraft. But this time, tethered to a certified instructor, Hoffner took the lead in making the leap.
But it just sounded like fun to me, and it was fun. I think if you have the opportunity to go, go.
Now this week, back in 1986, the classic New Zealand song Slice of Heaven hit #1 on the charts, where it stayed for 8 weeks.
Hey, I got a lot of faith in you.
Written for the movie Foottrot Flats, The Dog's Tale, based on an iconic New Zealand comic series, Dave Dobbyn's hit single also featured reggae band Herbs. In 2001, it was rated 7th in New Zealand's top songs of all time. The song has never officially been remixed, remade or re-released until recently. Perth-based band Coterie released their version of Slice of Heaven featuring Sir Dave Dobbyn last month. Now, the word news is a little bit old-fashioned. After all, it has been around since the 14th century. And the news may not be your go-to when it comes to content, but it will help keep you in the loop with what's happening around the place. Well, how do we get the news to you exactly? Check this out.
We're standing by now for the network news.
How do journalists bring us the news? Well, when something newsworthy happens in Aotearoa and around the world, the journalists start collecting all the information that they can.
They do this by researching the event, calling people to ask questions, checking information online, and, if it's local, visiting the person or the place at the centre of the story.
Hello.
Journalists have to make sure that all their facts are straight and that they show all sides to any story. The reporters take this story to their producer or editor and make a case for why it should be covered.
The producer then decides if the story is newsworthy. If it's a strong story, they will give it the thumbs up.
News.
Once the reporter has the go-ahead, they go and interview the key people involved, confirm facts, and get pictures to help tell the story.
Reporters then write up their article, or for TV and radio reporters, their script, and get it ready to go to air. For visual news reports, they will also need imagery, so camera operators and reporters capture footage, interviews and visuals on location.
Our reporter joins us now from Christchurch with the latest. Adam, bring us up to speed.
It's been bucketing down, well it's still bucketing down.
The news package is then broadcast or published on radio, online, in the newspaper or on TV on a range of shows. and that's how they get the latest news straight to you.
And that's the news.
Well, that's In Case You Missed It for this week. Thank you so much for joining us. Next week is our final episode of the year, so be sure to join us. Enjoy your weekend. He kona.
This podcast was made with funding from the Public Interest Journalism Fund.